What up, y'all? Once again, you know what it is. Dearly Deep Hearted podcast. Yeah, I'm back. It's Monday, so I'm back up on this thing. And I'm laying in my bed. Not because I'm tired, not because I'm trying to look sexy. Um, Even though that's kind of what I wanted to get into this episode is the sexy episode. No, I just got comfortable. I just finished watching a really, really, really good movie, actually. I don't know if anybody's heard of the new TV show on HBO called Betty. It's all about skateboard girls. Um, I saw it one night on the Apple TV. It was a free episode first, but I mean, I have HBO, but I watched it and I was glad because it was the second episode, but it was really late. I just got done watching a movie, or another TV show, so it was late. But I stayed up and I watched at least half of the next episode, episode 2, right? It was really good. So then I realized it comes out on Friday, so I watched it this past Friday. The third episode, still cool. And ultimately, it's really, straightforward, just about some girls skateboarding. They might run into a little issue here and there, at the skate park, little things, little scenarios that may happen, little conflicts. But today, I just happened to, why did I even look this show up, right? I think I saw something and it made me look up the show. Oh yeah, I was reading that's what it was. I was reading the description of the show because, like I said, I'm interested in it, and it said the Skate Kitchen. The girls from Skate Kitchen have moved on to HBO. Some kind of review like that or whatever. So I was like, oh shoot, like the Skate Kitchen. It was a movie in 2018. So because I was wondering, one of the characters, she walks around with basically a little opened up shirt. You know what I'm saying? A button up shirt, and then she walks around with pasties on her boobs, right? Little super skinny black girl. And she walks around, with pasties, like maybe stars or hearts or whatever, over her boobs, right? So, me, I was like, let me see what this is all about. So I looked her up, and I guess it was like a political statement. So she uses that in the show as well. But anyway, so I looked it up and I saw that it was a movie back in 2018, and I just watched the Skate Kitchen movie. Now, I'm not sure if the show continues because, um, no spoiler really, but in the first episode, it looks like everybody's just meeting. So I don't know. But anyway, it was a good one. Don't know why I just told y'all about that, but oh yeah, because that's why I'm relaxed to watch the movie. I'm just in the bed now. But I got my stuff. I'm ready. I'm talking. Um, so yeah. So let's get to it. Let's get right to it. I'm gonna start this one off, letting y'all know that I've got a few topics. So we're gonna do a question, do maybe one or two questions, and get to some topics and stuff like that. But I'm gonna start this one off with one question that just pretty much, no offense to the is asker a word? The person that asked the question from one of the podcasts that I actually worked with, Naturally Unbothered. Now the thing about it is, they know my situation. They've listened to some episodes in the past. I've been on their show, and they joke around a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's a very playful, sexually open, no judgment zone type podcast, right? So I'm saying I'd say they know me. You know what I'm saying? I even, I shout them out on my podcast, and I even got a a little shot glass from a giveaway they did or whatever, right? So no offense to anybody, love them. It's beautiful women, and now they actually added another member of the cast of the crew, a guy. So anyway, so basically I posted once again, on my Instagram that I'm about to do my show. and I want questions. So I said, I want to talk about sex. Ask me some questions or give me some sexual topics, right? But then I asked a different question because, you know, I just want to see what other people would say about stuff, right? So I asked, for the ladies, are you ever disappointed when you swipe right on someone and they don't match with you? So I got some responses. I got some good stuff. Um, but on that first post, so the Naturally Unbothered crew, I don't know who asked the question or was it a collective, but they said, now get this. How often do you masturbate? Question mark. Then it said to your ex. Now, I obviously read that question all together as one. How often do you masturbate to your ex? And I'm going to tell you, I was disgusted. 100% disgusted because through all of the episodes that I've done, I don't feel like I've overly sexualized my past relationship because it was not about that. Now, I've thrown stuff out there once in a while, little tidbits and things like that, but she meant a lot more to me than a picture in my phone to pull up when I'm horny. So I don't know if that's been missed in, you know, all of my episodes that people have listened to, or even when I did the interview with the Naturally Unbothered podcast. Because I mean, like I said, if you listen to that episode, I did one with them, and then they did mine. So, you know, if you know me, if you know my situation, it, of course we were a couple, and then we were an on and off couple, and then we were exes. So yeah, if you want to know, of course, yes, it went down. It was great. It was awesome. Pretty much every time, if you ask me. But there were times where that wasn't happening. There were times where we were having deep conversations. Do I really need to get into that? You know what I'm saying? I see it getting a little dark. Let me. Should I turn the light on? Then you'll see all of my dad body fat rolls that are just coming out of nowhere. Man, I need to lose the stomach. Alexa, lights on. Boom. And my hairy chest. But so the thing is, like, that kind of, kind of like it was, if it was a joke, you know what I'm saying, then I needed to see a LOL on that joke. If it wasn't a joke and you're trying to be funny, then I just feel like it really wasn't funny. Now, I'm not offended. I still think they're cool. They have a great podcast, They've been doing it for a little bit longer than I have. And, they do their thing. They're consistent. They did a live show. They're doing their thing. So I have no hate towards them at all. But I guess people got to kind of understand, what I mean when I say when somebody's trying to be funny or kind of like, I'm not saying this is what they did either, but I'm saying when people are trying to be funny or they're trying to, discount your situation with somebody, it's kind of like, okay, you didn't get it. You don't get this. Like, I'm not the one, I'm not pervy like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had, my sexual experiences in life, with women and stuff like that. We've done things, played around, tried new things, new toys. All I've done. I'm 38, not new to this, but to ask how often I masturbate to my ex, that's like, are you serious right now? Like, and I'm not even going to act like when things were good, and maybe she sent me a picture. And again, I told them this even on the podcast, like, she wasn't the type that sends like nudes and stuff like that. I never got a naked picture from her ever because she's not that type of woman. And I'm not saying it in a bad way because obviously I've gotten nudes from amazing women, got naked pictures from beautiful, amazing women, and not so much. I've gotten them without even asking. I've gotten them just from saying hi, and then that's the next picture. Um, so just to put that out there, like, no, I've never gotten nudes from my ex first off because I don't, and then when I say this, I don't, again, I'm trying to be as non-confrontational, I'm not trying to stir up anything, but she, she has a little bit more integrity than to have nudes floating around. Now, if you have nudes floating around, you may or may not regret it. I think most people kind of do. And maybe she just didn't send them to me. Maybe she sent them to other people. But the woman I know would never send nude pictures. The most I got from her was a picture in a red robe that I brought her, and she was still fully covered. It was an amazingly beautiful picture. So, what I was gonna say to that is, yes, when things were cool, just thinking about her, of course, you know what I'm saying. I masturbated to that. Not that picture per se, but I'm saying like to her, the thought of her, because we had a deep relationship, and it's something that she's done too. So, on that note, this is no. When it comes to her, I don't play. I don't talk bad about her. I don't blame her, you know. I don't even now, you know what I'm saying? You've heard the episode about me saying how I feel like she hasn't hit me up during this whole time. If that's how she feel, that's how she feel. But I still don't have anything bad to say about her. So I'm not gonna degrade her in the sense of, oh yeah, I pull her pictures up every once in a while and pull out the lotion. No, that doesn't happen. And especially if I respect a woman, then I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not doing that. I mean, in the sense of, somebody who I'm talking to, you know what I'm saying? If I don't know you, if we don't have a relationship like that, you might have, I might have looked at your picture and be like, ooh, but no, not doing that to my ex. So hope that was a good answer. Now, if you want to break the question down on the half, since I said this was going to be a little sexual, how many times do I how often do I masturbate? I'll probably say regular amount of a grown man. I was just thinking about the other day. I don't want to. Is it weird to masturbate when you're like over 40? Like, does your penis change into a 40-year-old penis and look and feel different? I don't know, but I don't think I want to touch it when it's like 40 years old. Um, so maybe I should just get it all out now. Let somebody else touch it, but I don't want to touch it when it's 40. Um, that's 2 more years. Actually, it's like less than 2 years. My birthday's in August. So it's like a year and like, what you got? June, July, August. Shoot, my birthday in 3 months? What? So a year and 3 months till I'm 40? Yeah, I don't know about that. But again, yeah, about a normal amount. I mean, there's times where it's more. I mean, I would say a normal amount is one time per day to 3 to 4 times per week. Now, there are the times where, especially during the quarantine, you don't got nothing going on. What are you going to do? You watched all your shows, you showered, it's time to go to sleep, or it's the day's feeling long. You did it already, you got to do it again. So, has there been 4 times in a day? Maybe. Maybe. I'm not gonna deny or confirm, but use your imagination. Um, that's gross to you. I'm sorry, but everybody does it. So let's get into some topics. Yeah, I wrote some notes this time. So, still talking about the get it in, right? So, a few episodes ago, wait, I don't want to start with that one. Y'all like how I know how to talk, though, right? Where am I at? Yeah, I'll start there. I'll start there. Um, Basically, the few episodes ago, we talked about the girlfriend kiss, right? Um, so what I would like to talk about now is girlfriend sex. Like, now that is on some whole other. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? I don't know if um it's probably better. I mean, it's probably, married sex is probably better, because then again people always say, um, you know, it gets kind of worse downhill, you know what I'm saying? Hold on, just sending a text real quick. Hold on. Boom. So yeah, man, girlfriend sex. Now you want to hear some stories about girlfriend sex since you want to go there about me talking about masturbating to her. Yuck. Without any details, I will just say it's crazy because I actually wrote about this on a comment. I was watching a video. I was watching a video about, leaving your body. It was the Dalai Lama. No, was it the Dalai Lama? Yeah, I think it was either the Dalai Lama. Yeah, it was the Dalai Lama. Charlemagne was talking to him. And, somebody was like, I mean, he was like, he has a picture where he was floating. And Charlemagne asked, was that real? And he was like, yeah, it was real. Um, it was real, right? So we got to talk about out of body experiences. Like, have you ever had one? The story that I explained was two stories. One's not sexual at all. One, I'm with my best friend, and he used to have like supreme aim. And so he used to, throw rocks at stuff and bing, knock it like right wherever you want to hit a bottle, something. So we was walking home one time, and there was a light, was walking up the hill. It was basically the street light, the red light, green, right? This boy picks up a rock. He's like, I bet I could hit it. I'm like, all right. Throws the rock and breaks the red light. Now, being a young black male in an all, predominantly white suburban town with everything new, cars driving by, not a lot, but I'm saying, car might drive by, somebody might be looking out the window. We ran as fast as we possibly could. And I used to run track. I've had injuries running track. So we both ran so fast. I'm talking like so fast that we both reported seeing our bodies in front of us was behind. Yeah. Like that's how fast we were. We got home and it was just like, I saw my butt. That's what we both said. So it was like an astral projection. And that happened for real. Like, look it up. So the sexual one is, yeah, I've definitely having sex before have felt like I floated out of my body, and I looked around and it was like it was in outer space. And this is when I didn't drink, and I don't smoke weed or do any drugs. So that level of the intensity of whatever happens in your head, the stuff, endorphins, all of that good stuff that gets released, it took me to another place. Um, I think that only comes from love, though. Felt like I was off the bed floating, just like the Dalai Lama was. Michael Jackson was in that picture too, so I would probably say, if I had to guess, Michael Jackson gave the Dalai Lama those powers to actually float. He said Michael didn't know because the picture shows Michael sitting on the bed and the Dalai Lama's kind of off to the side behind him. So whatever. Mm-mm. Michael Jackson gave him them powers to float off the bed. So moving on. Am I moving on? Where was I at? Where was I at? Um, yeah, I think girlfriend sex is probably amazing, and I miss it. I wish I had a girlfriend right now to have actual girlfriend sex, because girlfriend sex is like, it's great. It's like you borderline try to figure out like, okay, we've been doing this for a minute now. You know what I'm saying? We're probably not using condoms anymore. Um, Eventually, you know, we might have a baby. So it's like that risk factor. And then you also gotta let you know if you're on the same page, right? I'm pretty sure y'all have been to this. With your girlfriend, you love her, but you may not be ready to have kids. So what happens when, she misses a period, you know what I'm saying? Or it's just late, y'all scared, right? But at the same time, you like, babe, I got you, you know? And so she sees like, oh, he was ready to step up, so it could help or hurt, whatever. And then if she is, that's the start of a new life, you know? Y'all gotta do your thing, make it happen. That's just part of it, you know what I'm saying? But it's just different. You know what I'm saying? And it's a risk, and it's not at the same time. It's not like having hookups where it's just like, oh gosh, like, either we gonna get it in right from the door, or I gotta do some weird talking, watch TV, try to get to know you first. I don't even really like you. I'm kind of attracted to you. I don't even really want to do this, but I made such a big deal about it, so I guess we'll do it. And then the after part, oh my gosh, it's just like, why don't people know to just get up and leave? Just leave. At least fake like you're about to leave. And if the guy wants you to stay, he'll be like, you leaving? Oh man, what I'm saying? I thought you was gonna stay. Like, just ladies, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If this is just a hookup, I'm talking maybe like the first few times. If this is just a hookup, a one night stand or whatever, now, unless y'all both just pass out right after, get up and leave. As soon as, I know, I'm sorry to say this, but as soon as he busts a nut, leave. Get the F up. Don't like rush, you know what I'm saying? But do a little giggle. Oh, that was cool. That's what's up. But start packing your get up. Go to the bathroom, be clean, pee, wash your hands, wash your face, whatever you need to do. If he didn't offer you a towel, ask for one. Do the normal stuff. But come back and look for your clothes. Don't think that he's gonna just be like, oh, let's cuddle. No. Don't think that he's gonna like be like, oh, you want a beer now? Like, no. Leave. If he wants you to stay, he, meaning me, will literally say, oh, dang, you about to go? Or don't leave yet. We can kick it now. Or if he wants to hold you, like, just leave. Just make it easy. Don't ask to cuddle. Don't say, don't, if you didn't get yours, guess what? He's done. He doesn't care. At that point, he doesn't care because he's not trying to touch you, not trying to do things. He is done. Just leave. If you didn't get yours, go play with it in the car before you drive off. Like, I was going to say snatch a picture of him or something like that, but you probably don't want to see him. You know what I'm saying? Just leave. I can't stress that enough. Leave. Don't try to watch TV. Leave. Don't try to be cute. We can try to be cute, do all of that. But now on the male side of things, I'm waiting for you to get the F out. I feel gross now. I feel nasty. I feel like, what the F did I just do? I feel like, why are you here in my room? I don't know you like that. You have to leave. That's what I'm thinking. I'm telling all the seekers right now. And of course, again, this is not for every woman. This is not for every woman. But every woman should follow these rules. Let the man start chasing you again after y'all do it. Because ultimately, if he wants to chase you, he's going to. But yeah, like I'm laying in the bed and I'm like, my mom hates me. Everybody hates me. I'm a creep. I'm laying in the bed. I'm having regrets. I'm like, I'm only doing this because I'm single. I'm only doing this because she left me. I wish she was here. Then I wouldn't feel this. I'm thinking some crazy thoughts. I'm thinking, I really do like that new girl. I wish it was her instead. I wish she was here. Then I'd be the insecure one, you know, begging her to stay and watch TV with me. That's what I'm thinking. I'm no longer thinking about you. Gosh, just go away. Leave. You know what I'm saying? That's the realness. That is, that's the real that y'all want to know. That's the real that you want to know. So moving right along. Now, this one won't be too sexual, but the projection show, I'm gonna die single. We could just stop there. I'm more than likely gonna die single for two reasons. 10 years of my life, I tried to make it work with my ex. Now those 10 years are over and I'm completely single. But you guys know my situation. I'm shallow. Shallow in the sense as far as looks. I need you to look a certain way. My certain way. Like, it's like kind of undefined. If I see you and I think you're the best thing ever to happen, then that's just what it is. Next person might look at you and be like, oh, she cool, she's pretty, and not trip. But I need to see you and be like, oh my gosh, I'm done. Like, you are it. Now, secondly, you have to really be amazing. You have to have an amazing personality. You can't be a jerk. I'm sorry if I'm looking up and down. I'm looking at myself rather than looking into the camera hole. So it's like I'm not talking directly to you. So whatever, my bad. But yeah, you have to be amazing. You have to possess a certain something that's going to make me actually like you after, not saying we did it already, but saying like I have to still desire you after, the physical is gone. If you don't possess that before we do it, then I don't like you. Like you're pretty, but you're not it. Um, and so I'm shallow, but I'm not at the same time. So, but I am stubborn. My heart is very stubborn. I don't want a lot of women. So it's kind of like either you're this or that, either you're her or you're her. If you're not those nouns, I don't want you. So, with that said, I mean, I'm gonna just be real because she knows already, and I've told her pretty much everything about how I feel. Um, Chanel is somebody who I would actually be with. So, probably wasn't expecting that to happen in a year or so. Maybe some people were. Maybe somebody knew what was up. Maybe somebody knew, like, you tripping. You'll like somebody soon. I really do like her, but um, I don't think that it's gonna work for many reasons. The main one because I don't see. I think she likes me, but not like that. So I don't see myself being able to win her over in that sense. So if she's out of the picture as far as, a possible potential, then it's like it ain't gonna probably be nobody else. I'm open, but I'm not that open. I'm sorry. Where am I gonna see somebody else like that? I mean, especially now that I actually have feelings for her, I'm not gonna just jump to the next person that might be okay, right? So that's kind of like where I'm at right now. And again, I don't mind being single. Eff it, whatever it is, what it is. I think I'll get a lot done. Um, so yeah, that's why the projection shows I'm gonna die single, because when I'm 45 and 50, I have the notion I don't think I'm gonna want to, like, I won't care. So even if I'm not single, I'm not gonna be in love if I get into a relationship. I might just get into a relationship just to get into a relationship when I'm like that old, just to have a companion. But I don't think I'm gonna be in love. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm in love, it's gonna be like an in friend kind of love. Like it's not gonna be like the madly, deeply in love like I had from my ex, and it's not gonna be like the infatuated obsession, like need to meet you, need to see you love that I have for Chanel right now. It's not gonna be like that. If somebody doesn't come around soon, like I have a lot going on. I'm doing a lot more. So if you can fit in, that's great. But as far as me loving somebody, I don't think I'll have it in me at that age. It's just like, yeah, you whatever. You like to make dinner? Me too. Let's sit and watch a movie. Let's just be cool. And I mean, it might be like somebody that I know known from my past. You know what I'm saying? Might not be somebody I know from the past or something, and we just kind of like rekindle or whatever, and then that happens. But I'm not. But they're gonna know my past. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna know my old situation, so they'll know my heart. So they'll know, like, yeah, let's get it. We can get into this situation, but it ain't. It's just is what it is. We're buddies in love. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I missed out already. If it wasn't going to be my ex, I mean, if it didn't work out with her, and then it's been mad long for me to start liking somebody else in this way. There's been one in between, or it's kind of two. I don't really count the one that I liked a little bit in LA, you know what I'm saying? Because I would have dropped her as soon as my ex came back. And I've said that numerous times. But even like with Chanel, like, I feel like if we got into a relationship at this moment in time, like if we started really talking and we started growing together, I think that in the next 3 to 6 months, when it got serious, I think that would be somebody who, no, I'm not going to go back to my ex for. You know what I'm saying? If she came after all of that time. So that's real life. That's really where I'm at right now when it comes to her. So, but if she don't come through, then lonely heart for the rest of my life. It is what it is. It is what it is. So now, guess we could talk about. I did have this topic. Alcohol works sometimes, but it makes me horny briefly. So this today after work, I took a little sippy sip, and like when I tried alcohol years ago, what would happen is, and I've told this before, probably not on here, but what would happen is the alcohol would go directly through my body. Like I would drink it, it would go through me like water, and I would have to pee like almost instantly. Like it was like my body would just filter it out. Was that foreign to me? At least that was my theory. Is that you know, like a few minutes after I would drink, and I've always been the type to use the bathroom a lot. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I have like a over hyper bladder or anything, but if I drink a big glass of water, I'm gonna have to use the bathroom. If I drink Jamba Juice, I gotta go to the bathroom. Um, but a big 16, 24 ounce, whatever. Um, but yeah, when it came to alcohol, I would literally feel it go through me to the to my penis. I would feel it go through, and I would feel it get warm. So this used to happen, like only time I really drank like that was when I was in the club with my ex. So I don't like going to clubs unless I'm with a woman anyway. It's cool. It used to be cool going with your boys and stuff like that, but I used to feel like a ghost in the club. Like, what am I doing here? Like, not the best place to meet a woman. Anyway, so yeah, I would feel it and I would be like, oh my gosh, like, you tense up and everything because it'd be, it's a warm sensation down there, right? But I would have to pee. So it would make me very horny briefly. So that's that story. I don't really think there's too much more to talk about on that one. So let's get right into it. Dating apps. This is the question that I had asked. Dating apps. Does not getting matches or being matched with the guys you like. This was the original question. Does not getting matches or being matched with guys you like lower your confidence briefly, or does it disappoint you? And this was just to the ladies. I don't really care about how dudes feel. Unless I become a therapist or something like that, and dudes got to pay for my good therapy. But yeah, let's get right to some of the responses that kind of shocked me. So living in this day and time, in this day and age, right? I was shocked because the responses that I was getting initially were like, I don't use dating apps, or I've never used the dating app, or they were really coming off like, they're too good to use, like a dating app. And I'm like, it's 2020. They've been around for at least almost 10 years. And we're not talking like Match.com or nothing like that. But I believe Tinder started in like 2013 or 2012. Like, I didn't even hear about it until I think early 2014. So, they've been around for a while. People are used to dating apps. So it was just really strange to me because, let me see. Let me read the responses. So right off the jump, no dating apps for me. However, the other ladies have used them. That was from Naturally Unbothered. So I'm like, okay, can't have a conversation with that. Then I get, where is it? I never did this. And it's like the sad face with the ring. So again, a married person. And these are podcasters that have, podcasts, kind of, I don't want to say they're sexual, but, it's like, do everything, whatever, kind of podcast or whatever. Get down to the nitty gritty kind of. That's what I thought. Then I'm just here to peep. So I don't know if these people are like older, but I know I have somebody, my homegirl, Shayona, Action Royale, her podcast about nothing. She's the one who says, never had to resort to that shit, LOL. And it was kind of offensive to me because it just made me think like, okay, now as much as stuff as I talk about, being on being on dating apps and, not dating women and stuff like that, I'm not stupid. I've met some amazing women on there. And I've said this before. I'll say it all the time. I've met amazing women in general. I've met amazing women on podcasts, right? So, and I'm talking about professionals. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I've seen a very professional, special person talk about her matches and dating apps. So I'm like, what do you mean by never had to resort to it? So let me just read my responses. I said, resort to it, LOL, like a question. It's a worldwide phenomenon. I don't think that was the right word. But dating apps are not taboo anymore. It's no longer just desperate, lonely people on those apps. It's no different than talking to someone you've never met on a social media app. I'm going to read the rest of that in a second. But she put, if I got a swipe, I don't want it. And I'm like, okay. It's literally a game of hot or not at its core. Like, that's really what it is. And then she says, talking to someone you never met on a social media app and looking for love or intimacy is way different to me. I wouldn't be disappointed, but I also wouldn't go on one of those sites. I figure if I hit it off with someone online, that's one thing, but I wouldn't go looking for a love interest or hookup. Which, okay, that I understand, because, maybe, you know, that's just not how that's not how you want to meet the love of your life. So that's where, the lines, kind of intertwined at that point. So I was like, what did she say? Where is that? So she said this should be one of your topics tonight. It goes with sex. Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, I got you. But I put it's a stigma for some people, but the quality of women I've seen and matched with on dating apps leads me to believe that this is just a different way of matching. I mean, different way of meeting people. Some match for friends or to hook up all the way up to marriage potential. But I start a relationship with someone from a social media app and blank, 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 blank. I'm gonna get to that. And I said, because I know her, so I'm like, you just want to you'd have fun getting on there and like judging people. She said, I want to roast, not truly judge. Even a bad chick can get roasted. And then I said, like whenever we kick it, you can, swipe for my app or whatever. So now, continue on, because I'm gonna get back to my stuff that I'll just keep leaving out. Then I got some no idea. I've never used those apps. Um, and it was another married person. So then I get kind of, this is a good one finally. I'm like, I get kind of bummed, but there's so many fine men in Dallas, it doesn't even matter. So I took that as, yeah, that was a truthful answer. I just really kind of wanted to know, do women trip off not matching with dudes? Like, do you get sad when a guy doesn't like you, when a guy doesn't want you like that? Um, just kind of feel like on a dating app, you might be like, who cares? Real life, I could understand it. But now we'll get back to the parts that I blanked out or didn't read. So this is where this is me. I'm sorry. So what I had actually ended up saying to Shayona was, um, where was it? I said, but I'd start a relationship with someone from a social media app and not from a dating app. So trust me, I get it. And that's just true. I too have these weird feelings about meeting a match and then being with that person. And yeah, it is a difference to me from, you know, talking to someone online versus actually matching with somebody on a dating app and then saying, I'm going to be with this person. That has yet to happen. And I've been on and off of dating apps for about 7 years. When I was on and good with my ex, delete it, I'm good. When we aren't talking anymore, we're not cool no more or whatever, get it back, and now that she's been gone for almost a year, what do you think I've been doing? Right? But I haven't seen anybody that I'm be like, she's first off, talking about looks. I've not seen anybody that I'm like, ooh, yeah, if I match with her, I might try to take her out on a date. We're gonna be together. You know. I might say like I'll kick it with her, you know what I'm saying? She can come through, watch TV and stuff like that. And of course, yeah, I've had that, but I'm talking about like actually being with the person. Um, I've talked about this on the podcast too. Briefly, I since I knew that I wasn't going to have my ex anytime soon at this particular time, I did bring up polyamory to a few women that I met because I felt like, hey, if I leave that door open, and plus that was what my situation was about to be anyway, then I would do that. But again, it wasn't like a love relationship. It was not somebody who I was like gonna fall in love with and be with, even I just thought about that too, like last week, I was talking about saying I love you and stuff like that or whatever. I didn't lie, but I just had forgot. Like, I've definitely told girls I loved them and lied. That's the truth. I'm sorry, that's the truth. to whoever's listening to this. I've definitely lied about it, but I think they knew, because it wasn't like a sincere love you. So my bad. Well, no, not my bad. Sometimes you start feeling some kind of way, and then I sometimes I just like reactions. But I'm gonna tell you the difference between when I told Chanel this was I had been feeling it for days, and so when she said just tell me, it was like opening up a door. And so I told her. I walked through that door and told her. So that wasn't a lie because I still feel it. And yeah. So anyway. So yeah, I was ultimately shocked at the response that I had gotten from women, making it seem like dating apps were beneath them. I don't get that, right? But at the same time, I guess I'm contradicting because if you match with me on there, I'm gonna make you have a bad experience on a dating app. I mean, if you let it be that way, like I'm not matching with you to be your husband. I'm not matching with you to be your boyfriend. I'll be your fake boyfriend. If I like you a little bit, I'll be your fake boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like you a little bit, but you'll end up, I won't say you get cheated on, but you'll get cheated on. Um, yeah, so don't take it serious if we match on a dating app. I mean, you can take it as serious as a friendship. That's fine, but don't think that I'm gonna fall head over heels with you. Um, you'd have to be, like I said, simply amazing. Simply the best. Simply, you just have to possess something that not a lot of women possess for me. Like I said, do I gotta reiterate? I'll go down the line. First girl I ever like, and it's gonna sound crazy because I was in preschool. It was one girl. I'm not gonna say her name. I won't say her name, but it was in preschool. But then I met somebody when I was in the first grade, and I won't say I still have feelings for her like that, but this is somebody who I'm like, yeah, she grew up to be an amazing woman, and we don't talk anymore, but we're Facebook friends, of course, like everybody. It was her, but then she became my girlfriend in the sixth grade. Um, I ended up liking her best friend for a little bit. Um, Whatever. We ended up not. She considered it briefly. Then it was my actual girlfriend in the seventh grade. No, I was in eighth grade. She was in the seventh grade. And then it was my high school girlfriend. Um, I'm gonna say her name because I don't know where she is. So yeah, high school. Actually, you know what? I just remembered. I remember she went to jail a few times. But Takia, yeah, that was somebody who I had those feelings. She just had it. She just had it. What I wanted, I don't know. She just had it. Then there was I'm gonna just skip around. Then it was my girlfriend, my actual first girlfriend that only lasted 2 months. Well, 3 months total of us meeting and then breaking up. Jessica. And then it was uh then it was my son's no. Yeah, it was my son's mom. And then it was I'm not counting. Are y'all counting? I'm not. And then it was Majiza. She was the one who was about 6 years older than me. Um and that only lasted a few months too, because I got to a car accident in her car, and she realized I wasn't reliable at 26. Mm, and then it was my ex, and then it was so that was all young stuff. I'm talking about leading up to 26, right? Leading up to about 26 years old. So, and I don't even count anybody before my son's mom, to be completely honest. Everybody else was like, that was, whatever. It was young. Jessica, maybe because she was like my first girlfriend out of high school. Um, I definitely that was like my first real heartbreak. So definitely, we can add her in there as far as like love, but I don't really look at her as a girlfriend because it was so short. Um, but so yeah, definitely we can start there. So we can go. It's Jessica, my son's mom, and even you know what, I'm not even gonna add in the other one I mentioned, the older woman, because that was kind of like a rebound from my son's mom, and even though I felt heartbroken once it was over, that one didn't even linger. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a few months, but whatever, whatever. And then, once I realized she was gone forever, I ended up like I didn't fall for anybody for the next whatever amount of years, and well, about 4 years. I was completely single, not talking to anybody on no serious level for about 4 years, and then lo and behold, I meet my ex, and we all know what happened there. 10 years until I meet whatever the other, whatever, and we all know what happened with that. Her and my ex are now gone, and then now it's Chanel is the literally the only potential. So I just painted that picture like that was a lot of people, but it really wasn't that many people. Um, but I'm saying like they kind of had it. You know what I'm saying? They just had it. Um, so that's just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I guess you know that's what it is. So if I'm on a dating app, I'm not gonna date you for real. um, what else? Oh, I can say one thing. So this actually happened twice in my life. Somebody who I was kind of talking to, I liked her a little bit. I ain't gonna leave her out. I liked her. Didn't think that I would be in a relationship with her because just she was just kind of a little different for me. But I ended up the person who I was kind of talking about on my other episode ends up being her cousin. She hit me and was like, "Did you know blah blah blah, blah was my cousin?" And I'm like, "Nope, but how are you?" And I was about to try to kick it with her, but she probably would have just been like, "No." But anyway, mm, where am I now? So yeah, I was really shocked that women was viewing the dating apps as beneath them, or for desperate people. That's what I got out of the answers that I saw, or whatever. So what else did I say? This is a little different, but I think I can talk about it real quick. We just going at it. I could save this for next week, but I'm just that good that I'll come up with something else. I hate when people report tragedies on their social media like they're the news. You're not the news. Like you're not the news. So why are you telling me that blah 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 got shot? Now if your page is only shares, tragic events or something like that, I might need to unfollow you. But, I don't need like I only need to see news from the news people, the actual people that make news or that, have a news channel. Because when I see the random Joe Schmo reporting on something, it's very egotistical to me. Like, shut up. We don't need to hear that this person just got shot. At least not in the way that it's being reported from you. You're just posting a link. I hate that so much. Like, and then your opinion. Like, get in a Facebook group or something and do that. But don't on the main feed, I don't need to see that. Like, you're not the authority on this. And it's like you're only posting it you're only posting this sad, horrible news so that you can be the first person that does it. Now, if this is a favorite artist that you like and you just want to show tribute, that's one thing. But if this is somebody you don't even know and you're posting about it, like, why are you, like, you're not the news channel. So I don't know if anybody else gets, annoyed by that, but I do. So I just had to throw that in there. I guess that was my commercial. Um, Hold on. Where am I at? So yeah, you know what I mean. Like, You don't need to be reporting news just to be the first person to post the story. And then, like, are you getting your facts first? You know what I'm saying? Are you even understanding what's actually going on? Like, and again, I get it. We live in a very, tumultuous climate politically and everything. If you want to post some stuff about Trump, how you hate him and everything, cool. If you want to talk about celebrities and stuff like that, cool. But look at it like this. And again, maybe some people are okay with it. I don't need to see that black man has been shot 400 times as I scroll down my timeline. I don't need to see that. I don't want to see that. That makes me get off of social media. I literally look at my phone and I just toss it to the side. Like, no, why would I want to see that all day? You know what I'm saying? Like, unless this is like, okay, and again, like when Kobe passed, it was horrible. But I don't know Kobe Bryant. So you know what I did? I didn't do anything. I just grieved right here in my bed because I woke up from a nap. And I'm like, dang, that's effed up. And I got sad then and there. And then I went and talked to actual people, humans that I can see about it. Like at work, coworkers. And my friends texted me. And we had a brief discussion about it. But I didn't run and be like, I'm gonna be the first one. Did y'all know? I'm not doing that on social. Like, that is so annoying. Like, we don't need the story on our timeline 1,700 times with everybody posting about it. You're only doing it so you can be the first person to report it, or you're only doing it so you can get likes on your page. Like, if somebody I know died, guess what I'm not gonna do? I'm not gonna post it on social media. I'm gonna go cry like a human. So I'll just leave that there. You know what I'm saying? Um, Now this again, I about should probably leave these topics for next time, but I'm just talking to y'all. We good right now. Dang, I realize it's been going on for 57 minutes. It's 8:51. So let me get to some questions. Actually, maybe I might save that topic for another time because it really wasn't even my topic. Let me get to it. Let me see. Where was I? Where was I? Don't worry, it's a yawn, but I'm still here. Let me see. Oh yeah. Before I get to that, somebody said they asked about BDSM. Said how do you feel about being on a leash for a master and serving him or her? Are you familiar with slut training? Curious if anyone can touch these boundaries. No. I mean, familiar with it as in I've heard the term, yes. Is there anything that I would be interested in? No, not at all. Like, I feel like that's all like a game. Like, if you're into that, that's cool. I'm not, so I don't fully understand it. And I've told the story on my actual BDSM episode that I had with, the person who I'm waiting to do a part two. It took almost 7 months to get the part one out of her, and so far it's been about another 7 to get the part two. But anyway, I talked about, when she introduced it to me, I wanted to see if I could. She was talking about having a master and stuff like that. So this is before we did the episode. So I had ended up, it was actually a match on Tinder or whatever, or Bumble. I don't freaking know. So somehow, well, not somehow, it was on my mind. So I brought it up to this person who I had matched with. And she was like, yeah, I used to have a master. And I was like, what? She was like, yeah, I used to have a master, blah, 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 blah. I forgot why she said that situation didn't work out or she had just ended it. But I was like, oh, well, let me try. And I told her, I was like, well, let me try to be it. And she was like, okay. She was okay with it. I guess she was really submissive. So obviously, we couldn't really do anything right away. And she lived like mad far. It was like one of them 79 to 90-mile people away. So I knew I was never, I'm not driving to see nobody that far ever. Like that's not happening. Right. And I knew that, she was just going to end up making excuses about why she couldn't come. And that's exactly what happened. It was always something, about why she couldn't do it. It was this, that, this, and the other all the time, right? So also on the Horrible Decisions podcast, there was um there was a lady talking about how there's financial, what you call it, financial fetish or financial um servants or whatever. Like basically, I forgot what the term is, but it's dudes that basically get off by giving women money. Literally going to the ATM and giving them money gets them off, right? So I was like, I bet I could do that. And I did. I was able to get a little change out of this person, probably about $100. She liked to give me money. Now, of course, $100 is not a lot, and it wasn't even all at one time. I think the most she gave me at once, the first time was like $50 or whatever, and I was like, oh shoot, you know what I'm saying? Like that actually worked, and she said she liked it, and she liked to please me. And a few times I got her to pay for me to go to the movies, even though I had the money. I wanted to see. And of course, just being open and honest, it felt like I was taking advantage because I wasn't really into that. I'm not into, being a master or, a slave to somebody. Like what the heck? Like that's not me, right? I can't even really believe I'm admitting that, but I am because, it was an experiment. It really was an experiment. And, you know, that happened. And I think I've told this on there before. So back to this question. No, I would never be on someone's leash. You like I'm not into the, I get, is the word degradation, degrading? No, I'm not into being degraded, so I'm not putting on a leash. I put my dog on a leash, and when he tries to run, he gets choked. You know, not by me, but from him running fast and getting yanked. So no, I would never put myself on a leash. Um, I would never serve a master at all. If we're talking about role play in the bedroom type thing with a woman of my dreams, woman I love, then we can somewhat play around if you want to bring out the whips and chains. But I guarantee you, as soon as it hurts, I'm done. As soon as it hurts her, I'm done. Like it's not going to become a lifestyle. That would probably end quick. If it did turn fun, you know what I'm saying, then cool. But that's just between me and, probably a wife, not just some random person who, I don't get to go on dates with. Um, so it says, curious if anyone can touch these boundaries. No. And especially not slut training. Like, slut training? How do you train someone to be a slut? I don't even know. I don't even know. Actually, I was texting the person back to say, tell me more about slut training. So moving on to the next person that had a question. They asked me, oh yeah, I don't have to go to it. I remember it. They asked me, what, if anything, sexual do I, you know, regret or wish that I could take back? Pretty much nothing. I feel like anything that I've done sexual kind of taught me things, you know what I'm saying? Gave me more experiences. Um, so nothing. Like why would what would I regret? It was, did I come? You know how they say, did I die? Um, I didn't die, right? So no. No, I don't think I would take back anything. I mean, there might be a few. No, I'm not. I was gonna say it might be a few women that I would regret, But I would say probably if it was that type of situation, it's more so like if I felt like, okay, this person I'm only mildly attracted to, you know, what if we got pregnant and I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? Which, you got to be safe out there anyway. Sorry, somebody important is talking. Yeah, so no, why would I regret anything? Like I don't really know. I wouldn't regret nothing that I did. It was all fun. Um, yeah, it was all fun. So where else? Where am I at now? Where am I at now? Uh, I think that's pretty much all I got. Actually, you know what? Because I'm probably gonna think of something different next week, and I wanna like this was a pretty sexual one. It could have been a little more sexual. I just don't understand how like when I hit up people, they be like, um, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna hit you with a question," and then you're like, "Okay, I'm about to record. What's the question?" And then you don't hear nothing from them. Um, that's just I don't get it. It's just a question. Like I thought I'll talk to interesting, fun people. But shout out to all the podcast people that actually had my back tonight, you know, and did, show me some love and actually respond to my posts and stuff like that. Um, yeah, I love that. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody told me a while ago that the people that would interact with your podcast the most are other podcasters. And I get it now. These are still people. I looked at them more so as people with jobs doing a podcast and not just, a homie friend or anything like that. But they get it, they understand it, and they have insight. So shout out to the people that actually hit me up. That's love. Oh, my new slogan is I need an assistant, but I can't pay you. And that's real. So you're gonna see that a lot. You're gonna hear that a lot. But yeah, this is what I was gonna bring up. So shout out to Beauty and the Beast. No, Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast is my favorite Disney movie. But Bully and the Beast podcast. Um, the homie Wax said, and this was genius to me, especially where I'm at as far as dating or being single is what I guess I mean to say, and not knowing if I'm ever going to be in a real relationship. He said he feels like he would like to set up a program or whatever where have his next girlfriend, he will set it up like a contract, like a lease contract, like you leasing an apartment. Y'all got to stay in the relationship for 1 year regardless of anything. Of course, nothing violent or nothing like that, but violent or anything like that. But y'all got to get through your problems, stay in a relationship for 1 year, and then after that, month to month. I think that I would do that. You have to sign that contract, stay together. It don't matter, long distance, whatever. You stay together with that person for 1 year at least, and then you have to do a month to month after that. Or not have to do, but you know what I'm saying. If it works out that year, you can decide to do another year, decide to do 5 years, or yeah, or do month to month. So Chanel, if you're interested. Um, yeah. So I think that's about it. I just did get a text about a question, but still no question. But I appreciate you anyway. I'm about to just see. to just see. So anyway, probably not gonna get nothing. But ultimately, I mean, this has been fun. I guess I also want to include that. So today is Monday, May 18th. Now, some of this may not seem very relevant to people, but last year, a year from now, a year and a week from now, is when my ex came to visit me. So it will be 1 year since she decided that she was done. And it will be 1 year since I started this great, amazing, fun, interactive, when it needs to be podcast. How do I feel about it almost being a year? I probably would feel different if we really hadn't talked for this whole entire year since she left. But since she hit me up on my birthday, it hasn't been a year. And also since I still tried to reach out to her throughout this past year after my birthday and didn't get a response, but I still got everything off my chest. Probably would feel different too. So technically, her she hasn't said anything to me since August 21st. Um, and now it's going on 2 months since I've said anything to her at all, like text, reach out, anything. Um, so I don't know if my brain is saying react to it being almost a year since she said anything, or is it saying react to her you guys not being together for a year, or is it saying you need to just continue the streak of not texting her? So technically that would be about a month and about 19 days since the last time I texted her. So I think I'm more so thinking it's more so about me because she not thinking about me. So it's like her not saying anything since August has only affected me. You see what I'm saying? So now me not responding, I mean not responding, but me not saying anything to her in almost 2 months is my growth. Her growth is not saying anything since August. My growth is not saying anything since 2 months ago, almost 2 months ago. So yeah, was trying to stall for this question, but I kind of don't care anymore. Um, but you know what? I'm not even gonna end it on that note because end of the day, I do like somebody else. Who knew? Who knew that that would actually happen, right? Um, Regardless if it flourishes or turns into something, doesn't really matter. Again, this is a testament that I have the capability of loving someone new, whether I met her or not. It just is what it is. I'm the OG at that, to be honest. Y'all need to find out. My best friend, he actually met his wife from Facebook. They have 4 kids together now. 4 amazing children. Um, and he always told me the woman that, he didn't say like prophetic or anything, but he was like, you need to find a woman outside of California. So hey, outside of California, what's up? Um, so yeah, I know I started this off basically saying that I probably will just be, not start off, but towards the beginning, I said that I more or less end up single for the rest of my life. That probably still is true. But um, although that is okay, maybe there is hope. Maybe there is hope. Um, although I've told her I love her, I told her I know that I would fall in love for real if we met in person. So I think that's a good, better, positive way to end this podcast that's been going on for an hour and 15 minutes. Hope you're still with me. But anyway, it's the Dearly Deep, Heart Id podcast, Dearly Departed podcast. Love, love, love. I really like the way I look on this camera right now. Dearly Departed. We out. Upload, YouTube. Upload. Bye-bye, guys.